What's up, guys? Game Nut here, and welcome back to some more Madden 17 Ultimate Team. And it has been a while since you guys have gotten an update from my Ultimate Team, man. It's definitely... It's been too long, okay? We're just going to leave it at that. It's been way too long since I've given you guys an episode, and I am sorry for that. But you know what? I'm ready to kick things back into gear, man. I'm ready to continue to grind out these final 2 months that we have left with Madden 17 Ultimate Team. Because guess what? Madden 18 is right around the corner, man. I can smell it. We're so close to it. I just can't wait, to start my Ultimate Team from the ground up all over again. It's a fun experience. Now, anyways... focusing back to this game, Madden 17 Ultimate Team, we still got 2 months left. We're going to upgrade our defensive line in this episode with our 10 million coins, man. I understand I do have a ton of coins left to upgrade my team with, which I understand a lot of you guys are probably underwhelmed with the purchases I make. Like, I know you guys want to see these ultimate tickets. I know you guys want to see these million coin cards brought to my team, but trust me, we have 2 months left. I have 2 more lineups, complete new lineups. 2 lineups with all new players I want to bring into this team for these final 2 months left of Madden, and just trust me, we're going to make some big time purchases in the future. But for now, with this episode, our defensive line, our first position we are making for our left defensive end from the positional hero program, we have 97 overall Cameron Jordan. A quick look at his stats, but we're of course going to get a closer look at those once he gets put in our lineup, because you guys already know once these guys get put into our lineup with those chemistries active on them, a lot of stats ended up getting changed. So now moving to the other side, our right defensive end is again going to be from the position hero program, where we have 96 overall Olivier Vernon, of course from the New York Giants. He has edge setter chemistry and pass rusher ×2. One thing that stands out to me with this guy is he's got 95 block shed and 95 power move. I think that guy is going to be an absolute beast for us. Now finally, last but not least, we have our #1 defensive tackle we need to get, and we are yet again gonna go back to the positional heroes, man. Our entire defensive line is now started with position heroes, man. Ndamukong Suh, 97 overall for 400,000 coins, man. Let me tell you, this card was such a pain to find. I spent so many days, so many hours sitting on the auction house, refreshing it over and over and over again, trying to find this guy for a good price, man. I mean, people kept putting this card up for 500,000 coins and up. I even saw it for 800,000 coins. Like, nobody was buying it for 800K, man. Okay, I don't know what you're smoking, but it's not going to get sold for that. So I finally was able to find this guy for 400,000 coins and was finally able to complete my defensive line. So as we plug all of these guys now into our D line, you can see they've all been increased to 98 overalls, but let's take a quicker look at those stats and see how they've been affected with them chemistry. So Ndamukong Suh, 98 overall. Like I said, he's now got an 80 speed, 95 block shed, 95 power move, and a 92 pursuit. Over on our right defensive end, Olivier Vernon. This guy looks insane. 98 overall, and look at those stats, man. Look at all them green arrows. He doesn't even look like the same Olivier Vernon anymore. 92 tackling, 97 block shed, 96 power move, 86 finesse move, 91 play recognition, and 91 strength. And finally, last but not least, we've got our left end, Cameron Jordan, who's up to a 98 overall. You can see not too many increases in his stats, but he now has a 96 strength, 95 tackle, 95 block shed, and a 95 play recognition. So there is our defensive line. It has been complete. Our original starters, Robert Quinn, Cameron Wake, and Fletcher Cox, have all been bumped down in the depth chart. You guys can see they're all now at the #2 spot on our D-line. I just pretty much bumped every single one of those guys down. In the future episode, we are going to be working on our linebacking core. Not the next one, but probably the one after that. And one last look at our offense. This is going to be focused in the next episode. We're going to increase our offensive line as well as our new starting running back. But let's go ahead and see what this new beastly D-line is made of.
Charles Davis ready for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup as you get a peek at some of the big players in today's game, and you're a big player in today's game as well. Let's get the party started.
Now, my opponent's team, as you just saw, is definitely a little underwhelming, man. Okay, obviously my team is way more superior than the guy I'm playing against right now, but the reason for that is because I decided to go ahead and drop down in divisions on purpose in head-to-head seasons, because I mean, if you guys have been watching my streams, shameless plug, here's my Twitch. Go ahead and follow my Twitch, gotcha, bitch, where you guys can, see me get more stuff like this, user picks with Teddy Bruschi live for you guys anyway. But for those of you guys who've been, checking out my streams on Twitch and been seeing me play against people, literally every single game that I just play nowadays is people that just run the cheapest defense. And by cheapest defense, I mean people that literally just rush 2 or 3 people at you and everybody else is in a zone coverage. Like, it's kind of hard to find 3 receivers that are running around routes when there's 9 people covering them. Like, that just, if you think about it and do the math, that's like 3 people covering each receiver. it's just mind-boggling, man. Like, it's just so obnoxious to play head-to-head seasons right now. It's just, it's really hard to find a good game to play against. One that, you know, doesn't make you want to stab your eyes out with pencils, man. But anyways, after I just made one of the worst reads of my life and, you know, threw an interception right back, Bob Sanders came up with the fumble. Teddy Bruschi gets the recovery, and then it only took us one play with Antonio Brown to score a touchdown, giving us our first score of the game. So anyways, as I was saying, the reason I dropped down in divisions is, you know, just to try and get more bearable games, you know, where people are just going to, you know, play more normal, hopefully. Like, the division I'm in, I believe, is rookie second string, which has the most % of players actually active in it right now. So I'm just hoping that that is going to result in, you know, not as, you know, as many frustrating games. So every once in a while, we might actually get put up against the guy that we're playing right now where his team, you know, isn't very good. But you know what? I'd rather have that than playing against people that just run you know, these cheap defenses. So anyways, we're back out on offense after we got a third down stop. My opponent actually punted the ball. Like, that's something you don't see anymore. Your opponent punt the ball in Madden on 4th down. But as we come back out on offense, we have Anquan Bolding picking up 25 yards on that reception. And a few plays later on 3rd and goal, he kept running the same defense, which left these sidelines wide open. So a corner route for Anquan Bolding results in his first receiving touchdown in this game. Now that one puts us up 14-0 on my opponent. So we're not going to show too much on my offense because what you guys are here for today is to see my defensive line and, you know, guys like this. Olivier Vernon, our new pickup, making some big-time plays, getting a tackle for a loss here. Now, something else you guys are going to see quite a bit of in this game is me using Ndamukong Suh. Okay, you're going to see a lot of plays exactly like this. I was wanting to use Ndamukong Suh a lot this game. Actually, that was Cameron Jordan I was using that play. But I decided to not use my linebackers this game and use my D-line to see, you know, if I could get some big-time stats for these guys. But as Clay Matthews comes up with a user pick, what I was saying with the D-line, you'll see it so many times, man. I got block sheds as soon as the ball was snapped. But then as I would go ahead and tackle his quarterback, which is Tom Brady, he would always somehow get the ball off in time, and it wouldn't count as a sack. You guys will see what I'm talking about here in just a second. Now, I'm not going to lie, I was playing a little dumb. I just, you know, wanted to try and throw it up, see if I get some kind of crazy play going with Anquan Boldin, if we could get a one-play touchdown. But I was definitely wanting to come back out on defense and just use this defensive line as Clay Matthews now comes up with his second interception in this game. Defense, man, it's just, they're dominant. Like, my defense is just so crazy good. Now, a few plays later on 2nd and goal after that interception, kind of a weird play that just happened right there, but Derek Carr with a beautiful throw on the run to Anquan Boldin. That's his second touchdown in this game. That now puts us up 21-0. So right at the end of the first half of this game, you guys can see Cameron Jordan. There is his first sack on our team coming up and taking down Tom Brady. Now, as we're starting off the second half of this game, I'm going to show my opponent how to do a real wide receiver screen. Going back to our #1 guy, Anquan Boldin, just short of a first down, but a few plays later, we're now on a 3rd and 3. Tyreek Hill, man, I don't know what to think of this guy. Obviously, he has a ton of speed, but, like, if anybody is in the vicinity of this guy and is going to touch him, like, 2 seconds after he catches the ball, he's going to drop it, without a doubt. But if this guy can get separation and get wide open, he's just going to burn you, and he's going to pick up a lot of yards. Now, again, as I was saying, 3rd and 10, I was definitely playing kind of stupid in this game. Just kind of threw it up and threw an interception, but it's okay because we have a 21-point lead. But I was wanting to get back out on defense anyway because I just wanted to see what this defensive line was capable of. And there was so much pressure I was getting on my opponent with this defensive line. He had such little time to throw. He just kind of had to keep throwing the ball away like he just did right there, and that resulted in A.J. Boye now getting himself an interception. So as we come back out on offense, 3rd and 6, my opponent actually, you know, did a pretty good job of stopping me. That brings up a 4th and 6, and I decided, oh no, don't do him like this. Don't do him on the fake field goal. I'm sorry I had to do that to you, man. I just had to go for the fake field goal, and Jimmy Graham got himself the touchdown. So here on 2nd and inches, you guys can see Ndamukong Suh coming up with a big stop. Obviously, that still got a first down out of it, but what I was just talking about a couple minutes ago is what you guys are about to see a lot of. So I was using Ndamukong Suh, right? And I was trying, you know, get these block sheds and get to Tom Brady as quick as I possibly could, which I was getting these block sheds. But if you look at this, every single time I touched Tom Brady, the ball would get out. Like, I don't know if he was just throwing the ball as soon as I was, you know, going to get him for the sack or what, but somehow, some way, this guy just kept getting the ball off. Ndamukong Suh should have had like 9 sacks in this game, okay? Like, he was absolutely dominating the offensive line for my opponent. But 4th and 18. Obviously, it's desperation time for my opponent. He decided to go with a Hail Mary, and that is going to be Bob Sanders coming out with an interception. I think that is interception number 5 at this point. And look at this, man. It's definitely time to upgrade this offensive line, and that is exactly what we're going to do in this next episode because, I mean, my offensive line just let up a safety. Like, these guys cannot even protect me against a guy's team like this who we are playing against, who is definitely underwhelming from what we are. But anyways, moving forward, just a couple of last defensive plays I want to show you from my D-line. Cameron Jordan coming up with the stop on the screenplay. Again, we should have had another sack that previous play with Ndamukong Suh. And are you kidding me? Like, there's no way that can happen. Like, how does that happen? How does AJ Boye, a 97 overall, get dominated against a base elite Larry Fitzgerald, man? Like, that is just mind-blowing. So my opponent got his 1 touchdown in this game. A few more plays with Ndamukong Suh. This guy is an absolute monster if you user this guy on the defensive line. Again, the dude should have had like 8 sacks in this game, okay? I had so many block sheds and so many hits on Tom Brady. It's just, he somehow kept getting the ball off. I have no idea how he was able to do it, but in my book, you know what? Ndamukong Suh had about 8 sacks that game. That's what we're going to roll with. So this new defensive line is absolutely dominant, man. Cameron Wake, I said it again, man. Cameron Jordan and Olivier Vernon made a bunch of big-time plays in this episode, as well as Ndamukong Suh. One last look at our offense. You guys are going to see some changes on the offensive side in the next episode with our offensive line, as well as a new starting running back. I'm excited, you know, go ahead and make some more changes with that. You guys will see the episode here in just a couple of days, but that is going to wrap up this episode, you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I know it has been a while since I've uploaded. I apologize, man. You know, sometimes you just go through them phases of playing Madden 17 when it's in its downhill phase, and it's kind of hard to play the game sometimes. But you know what? I'm ready to kick back into grind here, man, and we're going to continue with these episodes. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you all in the next one.